Today is Thursday, March 25th, and I wanted to share some information with you about the church, starting off with a review and look at the church's website. And if you haven't looked at it recently, I would suggest that you do, and ask yourself, if I were a new person to GPC, would I find the information I'm looking for on the website? Or if I was new and just curious, what would I see there about the life of GPC? So I thought it might be a good idea to just take a look at that website, and I'm going to share my screen so that we can look at it together. So this is what the church website looks like. And on the front page, you can see the church there with the rainbow. Again, a sign of God's covenant. How cool is that? As a sign of the covenant given to Noah, the rainbow, we have that rainbow on the church website page. Anyway, then you scroll down and you find information about worship on Sunday mornings and the live stream. Is that enough information for you? And would you know that there is a recording of it on YouTube? Well, you probably would if you know anything about YouTube, or if you continue to read the documents like we have, the click here for the weekly happenings. That's this week at GPC, the weekly email e-blast that comes out. You have Gilbert Presbyterian Sunday Bulletin there. Click here and you get that PDF file, and a message about the facilities closed to outside groups. And then a notice about you can give your offerings and pledges during this difficult time online, or you can mail them in or drop them off in the office between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. So you keep scrolling down and you find these beautiful pictures of the church facility, empty now because of COVID. Oh, well, there's one of the live stream pictures. There's Guadalupe Road, the church. Okay, so other information that's available on this website about who we are, what we believe, location. You can even scroll down here to see a list of elders and deacons. You don't know who the elders and deacons are? You can go to the website and find a list. There you go. Class of 21, 22, 23. Information about the committees and guidelines for committees. You're curious about that? There it is. Deacons, class of 21, 22, 23. Okay, so this website is very handy if you're looking for church information. Even if you've been here a while, look, you've got the bylaws there, the session bylaws, an annual report. You want to catch up on what happened in the previous year, you can go to the annual report, read about what activities were done over the year by the various committee areas, and giving options, calendar, there's your calendar, monthly calendars, ministries of various areas. And so these are updated or going to be updated given the changes now in a lot of virtual activity, online activity, and not so much the hands-on as before. You know, we're not making sandwiches for East Valley Men's Service Center. We're not going to serve the evening meal at UMOM on the 5th Sunday. So some of those things are changed. And in the area of music ministry, we don't currently have a choir, but the personnel committee will be looking at developing a position description for a music director. The music director will then, oh, that's a very old picture there. You see of the choir. That is no longer the case. Even if we were to return in worship, we would not have all of those various people in the choir. It would be a much reduced size choir, but a choir nonetheless, and we would have the bell choir still, and the children, of course, we have, there's a more current picture there, the children singing and worship. And a lot of these children now have grown up and are making their own way in the world, doing different things. So we have memories. Here's the bell choir. Yes, we still have a bell choir, but not currently participating in the online worship. So these things are to be reviewed with the help of a new music director once that position is developed and the personnel committee does a search for it. That's something to look forward to on the horizon. So I just wanted to review with you this webpage because this is a public notice to the world of who GPC is. You have suggestions or you have kudos to give, do let the session members know. And Gail Blackburn has been the one who stepped up to update a lot of this information and put it in place along with Liz in the office. So if you like what you see, let them know. And if you have suggestions or questions, please do also ask your questions. Again, this is your public face to the world and a place where strangers can go to find out something about GPC. Now, I noticed there's nothing here that I could see right away about an interim search, unless that was under the pastor. I think under pastor, it says that under staff, it says that I am interim pastor. So there's nothing there to update the public or a curious person about the status that we have a pastor nominating committee in place and they have done this and this and this. And we look forward to the day when they will report back as to their choice, and session approves of that, their action, and will call for a congregational meeting. That's the procedure. Once the PNC has named their person for themselves, they let COM know, and COM does a background check. The presbytery has to do a background check on this pastor, and the session has to approve of the PNC's final action. Not that they approve of it, because you as a congregation get to do that at a congregational meeting. But the session needs to be aware of where the process is, what the PNC is on their final choice. When that happens, the session has to say, okay, you're done with that piece. Let us call a congregational meeting. The session calls the congregational meeting for the purpose of the congregation voting to call this person. And the session acts on behalf of the congregation to make that call. So that they work out the final signatures on the contract and all that, so it's not the personnel committee is involved, yes, but legally it's the session that acts on behalf of the congregation to call this minister for you, but you do vote as a congregation, you do vote to approve. So that's the procedure, just kind of alerting you to that, preparing for the next weeks or months, whatever that's going to be. And in the meantime, I'll stop sharing my screen. In the meantime, I am continuing to look as well for other positions because I won't be here forever. In fact, the work that I have done with you in transitioning is pretty much in place. What the session needed to do in terms of their review, their assessment, their looking at their procedures and guidelines, church policies, all those have been reviewed and updated as they have needed to be. The bylaws have been clarified. You have voted on your own bylaws as a congregation. All that is in place. We're getting ready for whatever is to come next. Should I receive a notification that I have a position somewhere else, I must give the personnel committee a 30-day notice. That is in my contract, and you need to be aware of that. I am simply reviewing and reminding you of information that has already been shared, but we lose some of these details over time because there's just so much information and different pieces are all around us. So we just take a deep breath, take care of the ministry that's before us and take the next step together. We do have Holy Week coming up with Palm Sunday this Sunday, and I hope you will look at the email notices as well, that in this e-blast, a reminder from the deacons to share a blessing, and write that out, send it to your deacon, or write out 2 or 3 sentences in small piece of paper, and bring it by the office or bring it with you on Easter morning. We are going to gather all of these blessings, and we are going to have those in a basket at the foot of the cross, the empty cross, on Easter morning, sharing Easter blessings. So that was an idea that emerged out of the deacons. I hope that you have been in touch with them, or they with you. A reminder to participate in this small way, to say thank you to God for the blessings that we have received. So we've got Holy Week, we've got the Easter blessing activity, and I hope you will participate as you are able. If you have questions, by all means, call the office, email the office, and check out the church website. Oh, I forgot, there was one other piece on that website that I don't want to forget. I do want to show you that. Under resources, here is Montlure. You can click on Montlure. If you have had grandkids or children participate in Montlure in the past couple of years, they are making plans. They are making plans for this summer. And so you need to get a hold of this information. 2021 camp dates, traveling camp and overnight camp. There's an East Valley site, Mesa, June 21 through 25. And the Christian Education Committee is aware of this and has been part of the planning. And so we want to make sure that the families of the church are aware of this information. Some of it has been shared in the weekly e-blast, as you know, but here at the Montlure website, you can see pictures. Of course, this is at Montlure in previous years. There's the 2021 summer staff. It's quite encouraging. There's 2021 impact report. So if you're looking for a connection to updates and to ways of reminding yourself that God is still at work and still a part of our lives, and we in ministry, check out the website and these different links. This one, again, as I said, was under the resources. Campground, Montlure, this is the Montlure campground, and Gilbert Presbyterian Church, it was under resources. Newsletters, PCUSA, Synod of the Southwest, Presbyterians Today, Presbyterian Mission, Arizona Faith Network, and I participate in some of those activities because I live in Phoenix, so Arizona Faith Network is something that I connect with from time to time, and then of course Montlure Camp. So if I don't see you in person this Sunday in worship, I will be thinking of you, and I hope that you will join us in worship, whether virtually or in person. So a very, very blessed Holy Week as we look forward to Resurrection Sunday.